welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, you're back with the second half. We always say one of the best halves. Just like my girlfriend. She's always the best half, and you're Nella, the best half.
All right, you cleaned that up nicely, Don.
So the best half of the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show, where every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., we get to share our Saturdays with you and our goal of guiding you down the path of
Personal and financial
right.
wellness.
Let's
Boy,
get
this
into it.
doesn't sound like the best half. Come on, get it together.
All right, fine, be that way. But we just had a great first half with Rafi Martinian with Einstein Academy. You should check it out. We have all our videos, all our interviews. These are live. You can go to actually donandgino.com, click on the live streaming button, and voila, you can see a very handsome guest, Mr. Sean DeVerich.
Well, thank you so much. That's
yeah, he's joining us today with HomeSmart. And then also go there on donandgino.com, click on the YouTube channel. There's 1,800 videos, including we'll post today's show. It's good stuff. And Sean's going to share with us today about great information, guy. I like that you're not just saying, hey, I do real estate. This is important stuff for you to be successful in the real estate market today and here in Santa Clarita, because each real estate market is its own unique, I guess, animal, unique community.
Yeah, I call it hyper-local, right? I always say that real estate is a hyper-local thing, and you know, for Sean, it's in his pedigree. It's not only is it it's hyper-local pedigree. It's like, you know, you've lived and breathed, and everything in your life has been real estate up until now, pretty much.
Yeah,
right?
how's it like being in real estate since you were in diapers?
Well, it's interesting. I've been to. I got sick of open houses long before a lot of my other fellow agents got sick of them. But you know, it's interesting because, you know, when you start as a child and you see it from that angle of it, where it's just like, you know, the fun part of it, you're not really seeing the business side. You're just seeing the happy people and the new first-time buyers, and you know, and you're seeing my father, you know, put people into houses and stuff like that as a kid. You know.
Yeah, give our audience here so you all know what he's talking about, because your family's been in real estate out here in Santa Clarita forever.
That's right.
I remember back in, I'm 30 years in the business, and they were here before me.
That's right. So my family had Wild Oaks Realty, Better Homes and Gardens here back in the 90s. We had 4 offices and about 150 agents when I was just a very young person. But I mean, even now, I have got 4 parents that are real estate brokers, 2 of which who are past board presidents of our local board. My stepmother even was the vice president of Valencia Corporation, and you know, they did a lot of the master planning even of Santa Clarita
big deal.
area. So a lot of people that complain about the roads and stuff now, I take a little bit personally, because you know, we thought 5 lanes was good enough. Sorry,
It's called growth.
Yeah, exactly. But it is interesting. I mean, you have to love it, because it's not like what everybody thinks, where you're just driving people around and it's the easiest job in the world. I mean, that's the like you're saying, or like the last guest was saying, greeting the kids coming into the school was the best part of his day. You know, for us, showing people around, it's almost like the time of taking a break. You know, you use so much of the business side has nothing to do with just going around and looking for the homes. It's once you find the home and lock in a home, you know, securing a contract for your buyers, or you know, securing a good buyer for your sellers, you know, is where the game really starts, right? And then you've got this long process where you guys are real heavily involved, and that's sort of one of the first. I wanted to say thank you both for having me on. I wanted to not make this about me doing an ad for myself, but more really to try to help people with some good information today, you know, and just give them some. I
love your topics.
Yeah, and I think. If everybody listens a little bit, everybody should get at least something, come away with something today that they didn't know yesterday. So
well,
that's
I think
goal.
it's imperative. And again, if you just tuned in, we're here with, we call him Sean DeVerich, with HomeSmart, and one of our favorite partners. We actually partner with Sean to help you get into a home, because it's more imperative than ever in a tight market to have your ducks in a row.
So let's talk about that, because we talked earlier about America's Professional Real Estate Group. America's Professional Group. And the reality is, if you have to have partners, you have to have people you work with regularly, so you understand each other, so you know how each other works, so that you can definitely help everybody achieve their goals. We've all worked with someone here and there once in a while, and you just don't develop that bond, you just don't develop that trust that helps you succeed. So working with someone regularly, I think, is a critical part of our business.
It absolutely is, and it's just like all of our vendors, right? I mean, and you know, when somebody doing one deal, let's just say that's like a for sale by owner, which we'll talk a little bit more about later. you know, if they think they're going to get the same sort of service and attention as somebody who's doing 2, 3, 4, 5, even, you know, some 10, 11, 12 deals a month with, you know, you're absolutely wrong. They may be good, outstanding people, and they're, you know, put their, you know, fiduciary responsibility best foot forward. But still, when you have a relationship with people that you know what you're going to expect.
And
you
you
know
can
what to
trust
expect.
them for your clients.
Right, like I know if I send you somebody tonight, I'm not only going to get an email back that says thank you for sending them, but we've already got this taken care of. And follow up constantly. You know, every time there's something new, the line of communication just comes to me. I don't have to go searching for it. And that's why I try to set myself up with vendors that are like that. You know, I want people to over communicate. You know, as the old.
That's got to help you do your job, because really you don't want to have to. If you're chasing us or chasing your vendors, then you're not out looking at homes, previewing homes, showing your clients homes, finding the right homes, negotiating the home, and closing the home.
That's right. We only have so much time in the day, right? So we have to delegate. This is what you're going to do, and that's why it's important to not waste time by, you know, referring somebody to somebody that you're not 100% certain is going to handle it, you know, under promise and over deliver, basically, right? So those are the type of people we want in our circle.
Well, then let's dive into the piece that's going to help a lot of you out there secure a home. Right now, it's a very tight market. We don't have enough inventory. Home builders are trying their best, but they're not going to catch up for quite some time.
No.
So right now, it is imperative to take certain steps for you to be successful in finding the right home. I mean, you can go and look at 12 homes, but if you don't take the proper steps, your opportunity to get into that home, and a lot of you, bet you, are frustrated right now. You're like, I've looked at 20 homes, I've tried and put in offers, but maybe after you hear Sean's tips, and we'll chime in, of course, you might be more successful in securing a home.
Well, that's absolutely right. I think the tendency for most people is to, now that we have so much good information online and all the major sites, you know, people are looking through and looking for homes, and they're expecting to find the perfect home, go look at it, put in an offer, and buy it. And that's just not the way it works in this market. You know, you should really know sort of what the area you want to be in and what type of home you're looking for in general. But you always want to be pre-approved with a good local lender. You know, so many people now are also, they're just doing these, you know, online or internet random lenders and using that as a pre-approval. I can tell you from experience that the listing agents are not impressed when you submit your offer with one of those lenders. They want one that says, oh, I know this lender. If they said you're good on a conventional loan, I'm going to take them at this letter.
Why don't you clarify, why wouldn't they? Because a lot of you out there are going on the internet.
I got a letter. That's what they say. I got a letter.
I got a letter,
They gave me a letter.
and they had the best rate.
Okay, well, I can tell you why. Okay, number one, when somebody gets one of those letters online, it's a very vague general pre-approval, like, you know.
It's actually a pre-qualification then.
Yeah, so it's more of a pre-qualification. If, and then you turn it over and read if this and 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 this is done, and it's perfectly right, and you don't make any changes or whatever, then the likelihood is we'll get you bought. Whereas you guys send a pre-approval letter, you've already gone through all the steps to make sure there's not going to be any 11th hour snags. And so that's why it's really important that you get a pre-approval letter, not only because when you do finally find the right house, you have to be able to pounce, right? You have to be able to attack, and if nothing else, at least be involved in the multiple offer scenario. If your offer is in there with the other offers and it doesn't have a proper pre-approval letter and or proof of funds along with it, it's not even going to be considered, because by that time they're going to make a decision, right? They're going to be able to pick a primary and a backup.
You know, and as a former agent myself, I could tell you that one of the things is when you're looking at an offer, right? You've got 5 offers. One of the things you're evaluating is how good is the agent, how good is the team that I'm going to be working with.
That's right.
And if they don't put together a professional package up front, they're wearing their Sunday's best when you write an offer, right? You should be doing the best you can do to present yourself in a good light. So if you wrote a poor contract and you didn't put in proof of funds and you don't have this, you don't have that, it doesn't really bode well for your offer.
And if the lender's not accountable, the real estate agent is accountable, that all ties into, like, I trust this person, I trust this real estate agent, I trust this lender to get the job done, and you would share that with your seller going, I don't know who these guys are. So you might go into contract, yeah, you might get a $2,000 or whatever better offer, but what if it doesn't go through? How's that going to affect you?
Well, and money, exactly, and money isn't everything too. Yeah. I mean, and we always counsel our sellers too, especially like just because this one's $3,000 more or $5,000 more doesn't mean this is the offer you should take. When you consider, you know, the chances of maybe falling out of escrow because it's a very low money down loan, or maybe some sort of a loan where they're asking for seller credits already out of the gate, and you haven't even gone through an inspection process yet. I mean, so you know, all of these things matter.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, we have to go to break, but the good news is we have another segment with more great information from Sean DeVerich with HomeSmart. So please don't go away. We're going to share great information because our goal is to help you succeed in a very challenging market, but a great market. You should definitely be getting into real estate today, and we'll share more when we come right back. Don't go away.